A federal court has ordered the seizure of Trump Tower to enforce a civil fraud judgment that has grown to more than $500 million. This is not a political statement or a hypothetical warning. It is an active legal enforcement action. Federal authorities are preparing to take control of Donald Trump's most iconic property after his legal team failed to meet the court's requirements to delay collection during the appeal process. The order was issued after Trump did not pay the judgment or post an appeal bond equal to 120% of the amount owed within the required time period. Court records show that Trump's own attorneys admitted they contacted more than 30 insurance and bonding companies and were unable to secure a bond. Following repeated delays and motions, the judge concluded that enforcement could no longer be postponed. The judgment stems from a civil fraud case won by the New York Attorney General, which found that Trump repeatedly inflated property values to obtain loans and insurance benefits. The original penalty was set at $355 million, but interest has pushed the total above $500 million. Under New York law, an appeal cannot stop collection unless a proper bond is posted, which did not happen. If the seizure moves forward, a court-appointed receiver will take full control of Trump Tower. All rental income would be redirected to the court, operational decisions would no longer be made by the Trump Organization, and the receiver could authorize a sale of the building to satisfy the judgment. This would effectively remove Trump from control of one of the central assets of his real estate business. Legal experts say this action could trigger further seizures if the value of Trump Tower does not fully cover the judgment. Other properties could be targeted, and the court may examine whether personal and corporate funds were improperly mixed. If additional violations are discovered during court-supervised financial reviews, new legal consequences could follow. Inside Trump Tower, reports indicate growing uncertainty among staff and management. Preparations are being made for a possible transition to new control, and employees are concerned about what comes next. Financial institutions connected to Trump's properties are also reassessing their exposure as the situation develops. The political impact is equally significant. Allies of Trump have condemned the move, while others within his party are privately expressing concern about the long-term consequences. The case represents an unprecedented moment in American legal and political history, where a former president faces the forced seizure of a landmark property through a civil court judgment. What happens next will depend on emergency appeals and court decisions in the coming days. Until then, Trump Tower stands at the center of a legal battle that could permanently reshape both a business empire and a political future.